We have some round 2 action between Talisman and HelpingHans GCS2 qualifiers. Talisman as the Soviets has guard motor coordination, armored assault, and defensive. Hans as the OKW has the same as last time: breakthrough, special operations, and Luftwaffe ground forces. It's like Talisman going for a conscripts build. Seen other players go, well, mainly DevM pioneering a triple combat engineering start into tier 1, but that seems to be more of an anti-Austria kind of tech. Talisman has been a long time fan of conscript use. Even when they weren't that strong, we saw quite a lot of conscript action from him. Interesting though, because he doesn't have any commanders with PPSHs. So, you know, as soon as these Fox Raiders get the STGs, these conscripts are gonna get muscled out by them quite badly. Focusing on the Stern Pioneers as they approach, manages to drop a model, then he retreats. That's how you should take that engagement. Talisman probably could have retreated like maybe half a second earlier, but that's what you want to do, bleed those Stern Pioneers on the way in. And it's getting aggressive, going on to the fuel. Conscripts getting a model pick on the Stern Pioneers there as well, as they are constructing the reinforced wire. The Stern Pioneer is quite weak now. Hans also has a Kubel. This is one of the smallest maps. I'm very surprised he got a Kubel on this map. Kolodny Firma I can understand, but it seems like a very tough map to get good utility out of the Kubelwagen on. Very surprised to see that. Kubel picking away there. 4 conscripts from Talisman. Pretty standard stuff, but where's he going to go from here? That's the question. Quite often when somebody doesn't have PPSH conscripts, they might go like 3 conscripts into tech, but not Talisman. That being said, when you do go... Oh, he's going for Molotovs. Don't see that often, but when you have 4 conscripts, you can get a lot of value out of those Molotovs. Good stuff. Conscripts here in good position, forcing away Hans's Volksgrenadiers here. Talisman taking some really nice engagements. Hans having trouble getting use out of this Kubel as well. Combat Engineer is really strong against the Kubel because they've got high damage but very low accuracy. But against the large target size of the Kubel, their low accuracy doesn't matter as much. So you can exploit their high damage to the fullest potential. Comes around to the middle, trying to chip in, but it's quite low on health. It really needs to repair it. And really hasn't done much with it so far. Hasn't even captured like these points on the fringe. Stern Pioneers have retreated now. He's gone for Fox on top of the Kubel, so same build as we saw last time. I'm just really surprised he went for a Kubel on this map. Oh, conscripts lose the race for the house, but they've got the Molotovs, remember. Oh, and he doesn't cancel the Molotov. But still, it continues to deny the building. Hans has to try find another avenue for attack. Kubel's ready to attack though. Back up to full health, starting to put pressure on the conscripts over here. Engagement over here. Hans pretty quick to react, switches targets to the conscripts, but they're going to throw a Molotov and probably going to win the engagement thanks to that. No, they don't continue to close the distance. Tried to throw a Molotov on the incoming squads. He ends up losing this engagement. Maybe, you know, if on the back of the Molotov he kept chasing, stay close to that squad, maybe he could have won that engagement. But Hans taking some, you know, his micro's fast. Fighting well. Do have healing for Talisman. Hans did pop the medic crates before. He's got his truck. What's he gonna make? Looks like it's gonna be the mid base. Talisman actually went for a second combat engineer just recently and upgraded them straight away with the flamethrower. And he's gone for guard motor coordination as well.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Interesting Hans trying to fight this here. I thought he would try to get into this cover. Maybe he's worried about a mine or something? I'm not sure. Flamethrower takes a couple model losses on the approach. Should allow the squad to win it. Conscripts repositioned behind the light cover. At that range they will have the edge, and he's actually retreating that squad. Maybe trying to conserve the manpower on it. Try to heal it up. But he actually doesn't have healing. Maybe he's going to drop another medic crate. Does have his flak half track in production though. A little bit late. He was a little bit late starting this tick. I mean, nothing criminally late, but, you know, not razor fast on those timings. Razor sharp. Razor fast? What is razor fast? I don't even know. Flamethrower coming in. But he did get the cut off there. Maybe he's going to lob an incendiary grenade here, but I mean, it's not that much to gain by lobbing it so close to the base, even if the squad's forced to retreat. Healing's right there. Going to throw an incendiary grenade like that, you want it to be off the furthest away point. So their retreat is much more punishing. Anyway, here comes the flak half track. What? Hans? Talisman doesn't have a counter on the field yet, but maybe he's going to build a T70 in about 10 fuels time. This is why, you know, it's very important for Hans to have made the flak half track on time, because now it doesn't really have that much time before T70 is on the field returning fire on it. It's just to secure that just before the conscripts get in the capping circle. But T70 in production now for Talisman, right on time. As soon as it was available. Back half track forcing away these units, allowing Hans to take a pretty decent chunk of map control in the south there. Struggling in the north, maybe he's going to relocate his flak half track up there. He does have the Raketen ready to counter the incoming T70. He's anticipating it. Don't think Hans has planted any mines though, that's a bit of a worry. This is a map where, you know, there are a lot of nice mine positions. And Talisman hasn't got a sweeper yet. Oh, now he does, just as I say that. Swear to God, I haven't seen this game before. Just that's how it goes sometimes. We've got a squad of guards for Talisman as well, being upgraded with the DPs. Kitten misses opening shots. T-70 repositioning around to the south. Now we've got a mine from Hans in pretty good position. Minesweepers are there for Talisman though. Feels like Hans' munitions control hasn't been that strong. I know he hasn't had very good control of that munitions point. That's why he hasn't been able to afford too much. He's got 2 shoe mines. Oh, he runs over that mine though. His minesweeper just out of range. And it looks like Hans is going to try push on the back of this. Let's go Urang rounds. Does he have AT grenades? No, not yet. So flak half track's pretty safe. But that threat of the conscript squad here forces Hans back, allowing Talisman to repair up his T-70. Half track coming forwards. And some suppression in. Incendiary grenade and Molotovs being exchanged. T-70's there, but Rakeden is also in a pretty nice position. Guards getting the suppression in. Stone Pioneers, yeah, not closing in while the guards were still suppressed, but now they close in. But Talisman still in control of 2 fuels currently. T-70's affording him a lot of map control. Hans having to go for a second Rakeden to try to cover all the angles against the T-70. And these Molotovs actually working out really well for Talisman. And because Hans hasn't been able to afford weapon upgrades on any of his squads, conscripts maintaining a good combat strength, especially with the added utility of the Molotov. It's kind of like how when Volkswagens get access to their incendiary grenade. They stay strong. Very narrow escape there by those conscripts, but in charges the T-70. Rakeden is there. Very slow to fire. That's been in the arc of fire forever. Finally pops off a round. Might get a second one in here too. And it does. T-70 is going to be out of action for repairs for quite some time now. Molotov into the building. Half-track sitting at the back there, forcing away squads, but Talisman in control of a lot of the map. Briefly had a triple cap. Hans on the back foot here. I really feel like this Kugel just hasn't helped him so far. Really didn't get any utility out of it in the early game. And on a map like this, such a small map, probably one of the smallest ones in the 1v1 pool. Can't really make use of the high mobility on the Kugel. Anyway, Talisman has gone for a ZIS. A bit more anti-tank support against the flak half track, and also gives them access to the ZIS barrage, which we've seen be very strong earlier today. See, one thing I have noticed, I don't think Talisman is planning to mini-mines himself. Planning a tripwire flare I saw earlier, but not that many mines. Oh, and he's forgotten about the squad. Oh, if that gets away, that's a Christmas miracle. Drops the flamethrower as well. That is bad news for Talisman. Stern Pioneers with a flamethrower. Oh man. Nightmare squad. Barrage going in on the MG34. Hunt's got 2 of those now. Gonna make life quite hard for Talisman trying to find angles for his infantry where they're not going to be suppressed. Talisman at a point of the game where he kind of doesn't want to get a mortar. Probably wants to spend his manpower on tech. Try to get his tier 4 going. Backup track being used quite riskily, trying to sneak a Rakeden into position on T70, but misses the opening blow. T70 escapes unscathed, and Hans forgetting about this squad. They got a nice retreat path. Oh, that's a free kill there. Exchanging favors on other sides of the map are these two players, both just gifting a free squad loss. Fox Engineers probably a little bit more costly though than the combat engineers, which have instantly been rebuilt. And combat engineers do seem to vet up quite quickly with the flamethrower upgrade, so I'd say Hunt's coming out worse off in that trade. Hunt has his next truck. Needs a little bit more manpower. Then he can set up his tier 4. 3 Rakedens from Hans. Oh my god. There's so many Rakedens. But still, this T70 is evading them admirably on such a small map as well. But it's going to make it very hard for him to use that T70. He might have to start using it in more of a support role going forwards against this many Rakedens. Make use of the enhanced line of sight gains in recon mode a bit too. Oh, machine gun getting taken down frontally by this assault. Gunner got sniped off a couple times. This barrage went in, perhaps on the building. And now Hans going for an infantry support gun. Looks like he's kind of given up on going for his tech. He has gone for special operations as well. Maybe he's going to go straight for the command Panther. Seems very unusual. Hans going so heavily into support weapons. He's going to be delaying his tanks for a really long time. If Talisman reads this well, he could go straight for a Katyusha and just punish Hans, because there'll be no no light tank to chase after the Katyusha, no medium tank anytime soon for Hans, like 4 CPs away. Katyusha right now would be crazy good against Hans, but maybe Talisman, you know, he maybe thinks Hans has only got 2 Rakedens. He doesn't know about the ISG yet. So I can understand his response. Certainly the more standard play going for T-34-85. Road noise there. I got my window open because it's starting to get way too hot in here. T-70, yeah, operating more, a little bit more on the flanks now, trying to avoid those Rakedens. These two have been duking it out over territory quite evenly though for the last few minutes. Talisman's been doing a pretty good job of nullifying these MG34s, not making their suppression count for much. And with the arrival of that T-34-85, Hans could find himself in a bit of trouble. He's still got 3 Rakedens, remember. But he is being pushed back. Talisman setting up the triple cap as well. Getting repositions, gets a hit in there. T-70 needs to pull back now. ISG not up to too much. ISG was just a really questionable build at the time. The only support weapon Talisman had was the ZIS. Now he has the Maxim, so now it's got a few more things to fire at. And this is one of the better maps for the ISG as well, quite a small map. You can just park it right next to your base and cover almost the entire map. So I can understand why he wants it, but just at the time, I thought going for his tech, getting out a medium tank, was a stronger option. This opening up for a barrage. Oh, and there's a juicy one! Almost one hits the squad. They weren't at full health, but that was a whopper of a hit. Guard's grenade does a lot of damage to that Raketen as well. It could go down. As it crosses the road. No, suppression comes in on the guards, puts a halt to that. Still, Hunt's struggling for map control now. I feel like his, he just needs to get his Raketen positioning on point. If he gets his Raketens in a nice position, ambushes one of these vehicles and knocks him out, he'll be in a good position again, but at the moment, he's getting bullied. With 3 Raketens is really not paying off. Not lifting their share of the workload. SG shots raining in. Talisman pops Ura, hoping to get the AT grenade, but Han's too fast for that. The machine gun is there. It's pressing the squads. Han's also capping in the middle. Conscripts managed to squeeze around the side of the MG, but there's going to be STG squad right there. Talisman giving him Molotov on 2 of those models. So as soon as the gunner drops, machine gun's going to be dead basically. Oh!
We've lost a squad of infantry.
Oh, squad down for Hans. Goes down to the T-70. That was a needless loss. Ziska's cleared out there, and now he's going to try kill that with his Raketens, and straight away picks it off. Good work there by Hans, getting some revenge. MG34 is just causing so much suppression, but still Talisman in control of double fuel. And Hans, he's at 12 CPs now, but doesn't have the manpower for his command Panther. I feel like he's just lost so much momentum in this game by stalling for the command Panther. Talisman going for another 85. Still, with the command Panther on the field, it's going to put some pressure on Talisman's vehicles, and he may feel inclined that he needs to dive with them. And diving when there are 3 Raketens on the field is just such a risky proposition. Oops, pushed his squad almost out of the capping circle then. And pretty quick on the micro there of this ISG, turning them around, starting the barrage on the squad as they try to cap. G70 on recon mode in the corner here, but recon mode very, very strong. Those high vet T70s. Squad's pushing in here, forcing these Raketens to reposition. Back half track is there. Takes too long to set up. Raketen has to retreat. Hans has to fall back from that flank. Runs over a mine here, I guess it was. Raketen is there doing some good damage, and right as the command Panther hits the field. And there goes that T-34-85. Yeah, there must have been a mine here. Comes good. So that's actually really good for Hans. I mean, he's very low on VPs now, 164 left. But taking down that T-3485, now his army's actually larger than Talisman's. Engine damage on the Command Panther. T-3485 pushes forwards, but there's a Rakit in there in support. Has to battle on that push. Talisman gonna lose this fight. G70 coming in. G70 could go down here. Rakitten is in a nice position, gets one more hit, but the Panther misses the killing blow. Oh. Google lives to fight another day. G70 escaping by the Herons. Chinny chin chin. Close calls. Yeah, that's one thing I think Talisman hasn't been quite as good on the minesweeping. That was a pretty deep mine. Can't really blame him too much on that one. Oh, look at that. Supply half-track has the command vehicle buff. Sure, it's going to be making the most out of that. SU-85 coming in for Talisman now in response to the Panther, and SU-85 with the Vet 3 T-70, it's like it's got permanent focus sight, 360 degrees. Very hard to deal with. It's going to counter the Command Panther really effectively. It's really going to come down to Hans's Rakitten positioning. If he can sneak some stealth Rakittens into position to knock out Talisman's tanks. Win this game still. Talisman actually kind of a little bit lucky because Hans has lost his Volksgrenadiers. The conscripts are staying high in their utility, you know, they're still just as good at flanking machine guns. And because there aren't that many Volksgrenadiers on the field, they can keep it going. Stay combat relevant. Oh, and there we go. S-35 takes a shot on the Command Panther. Rakitten is in position for return fire. Rakitten connects long range. Panther going in for the kill. And he gets it. That is a disaster for Talisman. And that's what I was talking about, those stealth Rakittens turning the tide for Hans. And just like that now, Talisman was ahead this entire game, and now Hans in the driver's seat. You know, he had the T-70 there with the focus sight, but I mean, not focus sight, the recon mode, but that's not going to help. Recon mode doesn't spot camouflage units. So what he thought was a good opportunity for an attack there just backfired on him horribly. Still, Talisman has a strong infantry army, and Hans is going to have a little bit of trouble capping the map now that his Kubels... Oh no, the Kubel survived. I forgot about that. Okay, never mind. Well, Command Panther getting very aggressive. Conscripts don't quite manage to get an AT grenade off there though. Kitten gets forced off. Talisman's still hanging on to about half the map, but doesn't have the VPs in his favour currently. It's down to just 102. Maybe he's going to just try aggressively, try tick off those last 100 or so VPs. Panther getting very aggressive. Pressure on the T-70. Talisman now bringing in a Zis. Doesn't have the fuel for another tank, so he's going to go for the Zis to try counter Command Panther. And it will help as well against these machine guns he keeps running into around the map with the anti-infantry barrage it has. What was that? ISG has 0 kills. Vet 1, 0 kills. Really hasn't been paying off this game. Huns making a push through the middle. Talisman gets the neutralized on the VP. There's the barrage. Takes this off recon mode to contribute in repelling this push from Hans. Hans just doesn't have much staying power in these pushes with only 3 squads of infantry to help come with the push. As soon as those 3 squads are going, the push just grinds to a halt. It's having trouble getting the territory control. He probably has to bring his Kubel out. He's using the Kubel. I'm not sure what. He's not using the detection, right? Oh, and the 85 clears out the vetted up Raketin. Big hit on it there. Panther gets repelled by the Zis as well. So Talisman, despite losing 2 tanks, still in the driver's seat here, especially if he can destroy this decrewed Raketin. So he's going for the long-range Zis barrage on the MG instead. And the Raketin gets regathered by Hans. But man, this... honestly, I feel like this is just so good. The light artillery barrage. You can do such long-range barrages. It's such a good substitute for a mortar. Brings a machine gun into the center. Instantly gets pinned though. Anti-tank gun inches its way forwards, putting pressure on the flak half track. Hans capping in the middle. Look how quickly it cools down, ready to fire again. Could knock out this Raketin. Doesn't quite get the job done. Panther out for repairs. Looks like Talisman was trying to make a push in the north, but Hans got the machine gun and the manor up here, so it is unsuccessful. But Talisman taking control of the center. All these Raketins kind of clogging up Hans' army a little bit. Doesn't have that many effective fighting squads. He's got the Obers on the field now though. Doesn't have the munitions to upgrade them with the LMG, so they're sitting ducks against these Vet 3 guards. Stand little chance of doing any damage. And Talisman going for another SU-85. Same as before. Command Panther fully repaired, charging in against the T-34-85. He's still going after it. Very risky. Hasn't had a minesweeper up here in an eternity. It's 3 hits on it. Talisman says no squads nearby for anti-tank grenades or anything. Hans manages to decrew the Zis, and now he's going to try to destroy it. Conscripts are there. Are they going to try to crew it? They do. Infiltration grenades coming in though. And they decrew it again, and Hans destroys the Zis. Risky play by Hans, but it pays off. It's just Talisman's got all these squads up here instead of down here. They're out of position. Can't assist in this attack. Talisman not going to sweat it. He's still going to send these squads north. Going to run into that machine gun again though. So he's going to try to spread them out. Try to get a Molotov into the building. Machine gun looks like it's switching targets, but they can't quite do it in time. Conscript's too quick with an Ura. And that Molotov, double Molotovs in fact, gonna knock out that machine gun really quickly. Hans has got to get out of there. Risky play by Hans there. Man, just charging forwards like that, but as I said, no mines for Talisman, so was rewarded for the risk. But it's good that Talisman's still pursuing avenues of attack. Oh, conscripts. No, don't go down. Our squad of conscripts coming forward with the threat of the AT grenade. Enough to repel the flak half track. Perhaps saving this conscript. Or perhaps not. Panther's on the chase. Panther's shooting at the wrong squad, I'm pretty sure. Let's just get away. I mean, if he took an AT grenade there on this flak half track, is it really the end of the world? I don't think so. But, Vet 5 on that bad boy. 37 kills. Very impressive. Certainly got better use out of this game than he did in his Quali Firma matches. Oh, and Talisman runs over a shoe mine. Come on, Panther on the hunt. Where's that SU-85 at? Still in base. He's a bit slow to bring out. And with marked vehicle activated, the Panther feels it's too risky to chase in. SU-85 has now rotated around a little bit. Raket's on the chase. T-3485 is going down fast. But he can't quite get the killing blow on it. So close to death. One of the Raketans get decrewed as well. Close call there for Talisman. That would have been a disaster. He popped this, you know, not really in hopes of killing the Command Panther, just to scare it away. Save his T-3485. So I feel like Hans has, you know, been doing better in the mines game. He's had good mine positioning. But ultimately, Talisman just had such a strong early and mid game. Still carrying him along. And Hans losing those 2 squad of Volksstreet has really hurt him. Hans has spent this time though, he's teched up, you know, put his tech on his fuel so it's well covered, and now he's bringing in the Panzer IV. Don't think he's got the army supply to actually bring it in though. That's 14 supply, right? Yeah. Needs to lose a couple infantry models before he can bring that bad boy in. So maybe he just throws away his coup. I'm not even sure how much the coup will cost. I think it's only like 3 or 2 though, right? Yeah, 3. So maybe he just wants this to die now, so he can actually bring in his Panzer IV. That's probably what I'd do. I'd just let it die. But he refuses to. Hans getting some more mines down. Salvaging that 85 wreck finally. Uh-oh! Command Panther finds an opportunity and knocks out that Vet 3 Recon Mode T-70. That's a pretty big blow for Talisman, and those kittens, you know, just creeping around and sneaking around the map, causing some major headaches for Talisman. One of them gets decrewed though, and machine gun also very close to death. What is this guy doing sneaking around? Get on that crew weapon, sir. There he goes. What was that? Another T-3485 coming in for Talisman. But the P4 is on the field for Hans. And it's coming around the site. Kubel runs over a mine. Going for the cap on the VP. Oh, this could be trouble. No, gets away. Trying to plant mines though himself as Talisman. Oh, you forgot about the squad up here. Goes down to the P4. Talisman. Uncharacteristic loss for him there. Using a squad of conscripts. 3485. Duking it out with the Panzer IV. It's just got a few mines down on this flank. Once again though, I think it comes down to the Raketen usage of Hans, how he continues in this match. So if he can pick off one more of these vehicles, I think Talisman maybe just doesn't have quite enough to come back from one more vehicle loss like that. Also very interesting that Hans went for the STGs on this over. Generally think the LMGs are a better play. Especially when you want them to be able to fight head to head with guards who are LMGs themselves. Talisman just chucking units around, trying to get the caps going. Runs very long VPs. Mark target on the Panzer IV, but there are kids there for support. Can't chase any further. Hans now upgrading his mechanized regiment. He probably wants to get the repairs. Stern Pioneers stretched a little bit thin currently. Getting some good hits in for Hans. His Raketen positioning has been quite strong over the last 20 minutes or so. I feel like the T-70, when he was trying to combat the T-70 with the 3 Raketens, he was having a bit of trouble, but yeah, the last 20 minutes or so it's been really good for him. And a Katyusha now coming in for Talisman. It's been a long time coming against Hans's heavy support weapon play, but could that be the decider? It's got to make sure he gets down plenty of mines to try cover any dives for that Katyusha as well. Uh-oh. Kidding, he left it in there for one more shot. Oh my god, how did it escape? So low in health. He was so greedy, he left that Raketen there for one more shot, you know, he said, I'm just going to get this one more shot in. Should have gone down there, but lucky escape from that Raketen. I was getting some more mines down in the north here. He really wants to lock down that VP. Katyusha coming in on that machine gun in the center and he wipes it. A lot of decrewed support weapons down here now. Talisman pushing in through the middle. P4 is there, but SU-85's there as well. P4 takes a walloping. Has to retreat. And Talisman capping the center. Trying to keep that VP pressure on Hans. 71 remaining. And the Stern Pioneers sent to the north. Needed the flamethrower up there. Delaying his repairs a little bit. Talisman didn't really push in to kill these team weapons though, and Hans is sneaking a Raketen into a nice spot. Gonna get a little bit of an ambush, but it is on negative cover. Will take a lot of damage if Talisman returns fire. He's a bit late. He's on prioritized vehicles, shooting through the smoke, not hitting anything. Takes a tremendous amount of damage. 3 hits so far. There's the 4th. One more and it'll go down. Hans is tempted. He's gonna push in, go after it. Or perhaps not. He pops the recon flare. Thinks it's too dangerous. S-35 and P-34 are there in support. P4's going in after it though. P4 coming around the side. Putting pressure on these squads of infantry first. Bundle grenade coming in. No, incendiary grenade. That was from the Obers, but it's not. They were forced off earlier. And all tanks get forced back for repairs, but could have gone horribly wrong for Talisman. He left that T-34 sitting in front of the Raketen for an age, and it looks like the Raketen actually ended up dying on the negative cover road there. That was, I think, a Vet 3 one, so that's a pretty big loss. Raketen sneaking forwards. Gets one shot off. Come on, Panther. Also pushing. He's activated the coordinated fire. Gets one more hit and Rakitten is there but misses its shot. Talisman trying to sneak these conscripts up here time and time again. Chusha going after the Rakitten, doesn't quite get it though. T-34-85 opening up on the stern pioneers, trying to stall out Hans's repairs. Hans's P4 back up to full, sending it round the north. Wonder if he's going to try sneak in and knock out the Katyusha, which is in a very defensive position currently. A lot of vehicles surrounding it. But it looks like it is what he's thinking of doing. He hasn't popped the flares yet, but he's mobilizing for some kind of ambush with it. Perhaps? Perhaps not. The kid actually gets taken by Talisman. T-34-85's in the middle now, taking some shots. Command tank is there. And P4's going in. He's going in after it. How does he know where it is? He's trying to find it, but he can't find it. He could have popped the flares. It's way in the back. Very nice position on that Katyusha. And he probably just saved its life there by having it over here rather than just sitting in his base. Talisman going the extra mile with his Katyusha positioning. Probably saved its life, and if Hans had popped the flares there, maybe he would have given it away, but maybe he would have found it and killed it. It was only a little bit further down this way. Oh, that was so close to a wipe. And the stolen Rakitten now opening up, and so is the Su-85. Hans's tank's taking a lot of damage. Putting them back now. Oh man, that 85's gone to town. Vet 3 on that bad boy. Oh, and he just wipes it. Not even enough time to retreat. It's got the those Vet 3 reload bonuses. Ready to fire too strong there. Panther feeling aggressive, but the Su-85 ready to repel, and his Vet 2 now has got that bonus penetration. It's like it's a pretty decent amount, very useful against the Panther. Uh-oh, but two Rakittens ready for the ambush. In comes the Katyusha, but it's too much. Down goes 185. Luckily it was the lower veterancy of the two. Oh my god! But he loses the Obers and the Rakitten as well. Oh, that was a disaster for Hans. Just as you think he's clawing his way back in with that nice stealth ambush, he ends up losing 2 units on the back of it, so right back down to neutral. Uh-oh. T-34-85 sitting around a little bit too long. Talisman gets neutralized. Talisman now has actually been losing quite a few VPs. He was up by close to 400 at one point, but now he's his lead has been dwindling a little bit as he's lost quite a lot of armor. Stealth Rakitten's causing him some real headaches. Shingun just camped in this building down here, preventing the cap. P4, not at full health. He looks like he wants to get into battle. Now that Hans has got a bit more population available in his army, interesting to see how he chooses to rebuild it. I mean, he has to maintain VP control. Oh, he snuck a Rakitten up here. Flak half track is powerless. He gets neutralized. Very cheeky by Talisman. In comes the P4 and the Command Panther though, and they're probably going to kill this. I mean, 6-man Rakins are very hard to kill. Oh! Kubel. Finally goes down 50 minutes into the game. Impressive preservation of that by Hans. He had a good run with it. T-3485 has coordinated fire on it. Buttoned. Uh-oh, buttoned right in front of the vetted up SU-85. God, he actually got out of that button quite quickly. Did he cancel it? Made off target slightly. That's taking a lot of damage. SU-85 also dishing out the heat. What's that Katyusha doing? 9 kills so far. Sending their kitten around to the north again. Hunt's actually using the ISG to cap, which is interesting. I think it's got a speed bonus, right? Looks like it's running around quite quickly. Used to have, there used to be that bug in the game, right, where ISG, it's got like Vet 3 or something, or just run around at turbo speed. Battle wages on for this central VP, neither man willing to give an inch. Trading blows, both sides getting some very highly vetted armor. SU-85 here's breadth away from Vet 3, but loses this Rakit. He secured the VP. He's going to drain off a few, but was it worthwhile losing the Rakitten to do so? It's not going to seal the game for sure. Fresh T-3485 for Talisman. He's now at 100 of 100. So maybe he just wanted to get rid of it there. Didn't have the army supply spare. Nice Molotov action onto the Rakitten, forcing it away. Flak half track pumping away in the back, preventing the neutralize on that central VP, but gets an AT grenade through the building there. Command Panther very slow. And on the back of that, Talisman could actually make a little bit of a push here. He's forced away the only Rakitten Hans has. Got 2 full health T-3485s, which are now getting aggressive. Oh man, that took a lot of damage there. Going for the Katyusha onto the machine gun. Oh, and he knocks it out. He's just sticking in there, trying to get those last 19 VPs off the clock, but he's just fighting against too much firepower. He has to pull back for repairs. Oh, when he ran over a mine. 2 mines. Hans had 2 mines down here. This tank trying to come in on the flank gets shut down hard. And he's actually stopped it here. He's trying to use vehicle crew repairs in this very risky position. Vehicle crew repairs. Hans blitzing over here with his P4, but the SU-85 trying to help. He actually cancels it. It's going to come down to penetration. Will the P4... Oh, he's just on enough health to survive that tank shot. And he could actually lose his P4 here. They're both using attack ground and they both miss. Her kitten is there. Probably needs to take this off camouflage to speed up its movement. He could still kill this if he just ran over here and shot. What is he doing? Command Panther's coming in. He's blitzing in. He doesn't use the flares and he's blocking himself with the Rakitten. Uh-oh. That little delay allows Talisman to get away. Oh, but this could go down to the Rakitten long range. Not quite. Very close call. Oh, and that SU-85 is just pounding away. Does so much damage to the Panther while he's executing that maneuver. Talisman trying to make an assault on the northern VP. Looks like it's going to be successful as well. Looks like Hans is going to have to dispense his low health Panzer IV to the north to try and help in this. Oh, he runs over a mine. That's going to help slow things down slightly. Still, he's got 3 PTRSs here. Maybe even 4. So he's going to be able to defend a little bit against Hans's vehicles here. Now he's reactivating the vehicle crew repair. So I can't believe he tried to do it down here. So risky. Almost lost his tank. Panzer IV coming in for Hans. He's building a fresh squad of Volkswagens. He just needs a little bit more capping power. Getting his infantry. And Talisman on the other hand has plenty of capping power. Still has loads of infantry in his army. Just chucking them into the VPs. Trying to drain Hans of those last 19. And Hans looks like he's about to lose control of this northern VP. Oh, and he loses his squad to a PTRS. To the dome. Hans struggling to keep all his tanks on high health. SU-85 pounding away. Hans has lost his stern pioneers as well. SU-85 trying to shoot through the building for attack grounds. And getting a few hits in now. Oh, Talisman loses his squad up here, but he doesn't care. He just wants the VP. Oh, and he doesn't quite get it. Oh, and while this was going on, the Jagdpanzer hits the field, and he knocks out the Vet 3 Su-85. Is Hans going to turn this one around on 12 VPs? Jagdpanzer out here doing some massive damage. Chusha coming in, trying to clear out this machine gun. Not having much luck on the penetration. Oh, scatter of the rockets though, that time was very favourable. Almost knocks it out. And the 85 comes forward for the killing blow. Now he's in here capping. P4 comes in, trying to force these squads away. He needs to spread them out. Squad charging into the middle. Now he's got the Vet 5 Command Panther. Infantry are getting the Command Panther's aura bonus. Jagdpanzer in here causing some trouble. The Raketen providing a little bit of sight. Ooh, bounces that first shot. So I don't think Talisman's going to chase in. He's up here trying to cap and he's going to get the neutralize. Hans, 12 VPs remaining. Tanks trading blows. Sending his P4 to the north. Just chucking everything into the capping circles, but Hans is going to capture this one. Oh, uh-oh. Oh, no, 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 no. He secures a VP. 8 remaining. Is this enough? He's bringing in his ISG. The squads are all going to die. 6 VPs remaining. Can he neutralize this in time? 5. 4. Oh, he went for a ram. He went for a ram on the command tank. And now is the Su-85 going to chase in and try to get the kill? One more shot and that command Panther is dead. But he switches targets over to this. 2 VPs. The clock is stalled. Su-85's taking Raketen fire from the side and it goes down and he doesn't kill the flak half track. Flak half track's going to keep preventing these squads from capping the central VP. Is Talisman going to lose this one after all of that? He just got a little bit too thirsty for the VPs at the end here. Just end up throwing away all his units. Oh my god, what a turnaround by Hans. He just kept fighting, kept battling, and Talisman just got so desperate for the VPs. Oh, and he doesn't even get the neutralized, loses his guards. That surely has to be it. His army, look at that, he's got 24. Like, sure, he's got 184 VPs remaining, but he's got nothing. If he didn't throw away these conscripts here and these squads here, maybe he could make a comeback still, but my word. That was insane. Oh, but no. But no, there's machine guns in the capping circle. But no. Oh my god. How did he allow this? How did he allow this to happen? How did he allow this to happen? Squads just... Oh my god. See, he was just trying to repair his tanks. He was trying to repair his tanks with his infantry instead of chucking them into the VPs when he only had 2 VPs remaining. If these 2 Stern Pioneers ran straight to the center VP, oh my god. At the last... well, I thought it was all over for Talisman, but Hans just gifted it right back to him at the end there. Either way, hell of a match. Very well played by both players.